Welcome on board this great American road trip by rail. We're on a 2-week journey to the country's best national parks, all by Amtrak. In this episode, we're traveling from Yellowstone to Yosemite. A matter of hours by plane, but days by train, and even more expensive, but we're doing it anyway, and you're about to see why.
We're about to explore America's best national parks by train, and you're coming along.
In this episode of the Great American Rail Trip, we're heading to Yosemite. It's a stunning valley in California's Sierra Nevada mountains, but the journey begins in Montana, just outside Yellowstone National Park.
We've got a train to catch tonight, but it doesn't come up here. We've got to hop on a bus to Salt Lake City where we'll catch a train to California.
Yellowstone and Yosemite are only about 800 miles apart by car, and it's even possible to fly between them for a couple of $100. But we're going to take 5 days, nearly 1,400 miles, and a lot more money to make this trip. Along the way, we'll tally up what we pay. Sure, Amtrak may not be the cheapest, the fastest, or even the easiest way to go, but we promise some unforgettable adventures in the 2 trains and 5 buses we're about to take. But it all starts here in West Yellowstone, Montana, at the Outpost restaurant.
It's going to be a long day on the bus, so we got to fuel up.
We're having breakfast here because they also sell sack lunches. They'll be perfect for today's ride.
The train we'll be getting on tonight left Chicago yesterday afternoon, so let's check its progress to see if it's on time for tonight. Good news. It arrived Denver 29 minutes early this morning. It's looking on time. Go Amtrak.
Our journey to Yosemite begins. 7.5 hours on a bus.
And our first bus is operated by the Salt Lake Express, a private shuttle service operator with a pretty extensive route network around the American West. It's the same one we took in our last episode, so we'll be retracing the 322 miles through Idaho and Utah.
At least we're not having to take that thing, right?
Let's do it. Time to bus.
Pro tip, last row for the most legroom.
We should get to Salt Lake around 5 p.m. this afternoon, which will leave us plenty of time to meet the once-daily westbound Amtrak train, which is scheduled to arrive around midnight. This schedule may not be ideal, but there's not much we can do about it.
Welcome to the American here in Rexburg, Idaho, America's family community. We're transferring from the bus we've been on to another larger motor coach that'll take us all the way down to Salt Lake.
The thought of grabbing a nice iced coffee right now is very tempting. However, the thought of using the bathroom on the bus, not happening.
And here she is, the second of 5 buses on this trip.
We took the Salt Lake we took the Salt Lake Express up to Yellowstone. That was a different bus, didn't have power. This one has plugs, which is a real addition.
We got comfortable for the long ride down to Salt Lake City. A few hours into the journey, we were grateful for these sack lunches, but not nearly as grateful as we were for the stunning scenery along Interstate 15.
We made it to Salt Lake City, and that was about 8 hours on the Salt Lake Express bus. We've got about 7 hours before our train's scheduled arrival here in Salt Lake.
We decided to grab a hotel room so we could at least take showers and probably take a nap before our midnight train departure. If you couldn't tell, we don't usually stay up until midnight. It's a little past our bedtime.
Well, it's about 20 minutes to 8. How's the train looking?
It is made it into Utah, about an hour late.
Ooh, it was already supposed to get here at like 11:15 or something like that. Thank goodness for this hotel room.
It's gonna be a little bit of mystery about like when we set the alarm.
I would say set the alarm for 11:15.
We set a double alarm because we cannot oversleep and miss our train.
Our double alarm strategy worked like a charm.
Next leg, 18 hours in the California Zephyr to Emeryville.
We'll travel 830 miles from Salt Lake City to Emeryville, just outside San Francisco.
Yeah, we just woke up as you can tell, we just woke up from a nap.
Little out of it.
And the train's about an hour delayed. Looks like should be arriving here about 12:05 a.m. That's right, 5 minutes after midnight. Are we going the right way?
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to get you back to bed.
You need to go to sleep. Whew.
I'm not the only one who needs to get back to bed. Now, there isn't too much to the Salt Lake City Amtrak station, so again, having that hotel room was a splurge that was well worth it. And our first of 2 trains on this trip pulled into the station.
We are going to be sleeping in an Amtrak bedroom tonight with bunk beds, so we're going to flip this coin to find out who gets bottom bunk and who gets top bunk. Ready for it?
I'm ready for it. Heads.
It is tails.
I'm upstairs tonight.
Bottom bunk for me. Fair's fair. That's 2 in a row for me.
And just like that, it's time for bed. See you in the morning. Good night.
And morning came quickly. 6 o'clock in Winnemucca, Nevada. I grabbed some coffee and headed to the Sightseer Lounge. Unlike the last time we were on the Zephyr just a few days earlier, I had no problem finding space in the Sightseer Lounge. That's partially because fewer passengers book travel on this leg, but also because each departure is different. Either way, I was grateful for the space. Before long, it was time for breakfast, which is included in the price of our bedroom. The views of the Truckee River as we came into Wadsworth, Nevada were welcome.
How'd you sleep?
It was a good night. That bottom bunk advantage, not gonna lie, it's pretty nice down there. Pretty nice.
I think maybe the number is 3, as in I bumped my head on the ceiling 3 times last night.
I will say that the guilt makes it a little harder to sleep.
Come on, no need for guilt. You won the coin toss fair and square.
I still feel kind of bad about it.
We are almost to Reno, which would be a great opportunity to step off the train and get some fresh air. Welcome to Reno. We're here for a fresh air break. Sometimes you can come all the way up here to the front of the train to check it out. It's a real treat. Other times they've got it closed off for service or that kind of thing.
Awesome start to the morning.
Let's get back on board.
Soon we said farewell to Nevada and hello to California, the 10th of 11 states we'll visit on this 2-week Great American Rail trip. We continue to follow the Truckee River as we began our climb into the Sierra Nevada mountains. Now, a major highlight of the Zephyr's route has to be the view of Donner Lake. It always elicits oohs and ahs.
The natural beauty of our country, well, that's something we can all agree on. And slowing down and seeing it by train, what an experience. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. Strangers coming together and the sightseer car, has striking up conversations. Jeb is still talking about our friend Steve from Nebraska, which we met over breakfast back in Colorado.
Hope you had a great trip to Reno and enjoyed your time with your brother Steve. We had a great time chatting with you. And I can't wait to experience the beauty of Yosemite. But there's a little more time between now and then. We've got some more transportation to share with you.
Quite a lot more. And it is time for lunch. That'll be our last meal of this train. I'm not saying no to an afternoon snack, though. You can never rule that out. Anyway, let's go eat.
After lunch, it was back to our room to watch California roll by.
It's the middle of the afternoon here on the California Zephyr. I think we're going to make our way back to the cafe car for an afternoon pick-me-up. We will not need to buy any snacks, though. We've been accumulating them along the way. We never know when we might go hungry. We haven't yet, because this bag is quite full.
So, instead of snacks, we bought a bottle of Prosecco to share.
Let's pop some bottles.
Welcome to Sacramento, where it is about 1 million degrees Fahrenheit. It's really hot here today. Sacramento, the capital of California, and where the California Zephyr is right now.
But not for long, and the rest of the afternoon, quite literally, flew by. We knew this leg was drawing to a close when San Francisco Bay appeared in front of us.
And we're pulling into Emeryville right on time. Next leg is about a 30-minute bus over to San Francisco.
And here it is, the third bus of this trip. This is an Amtrak connector bus, which means even if we'd been late, it'd be here waiting for us. Thankfully, we didn't need that insurance today, but soon enough, it'll come in handy.
San Francisco's world-famous fog, known by the name Carl, is out today.
And welcome to San Francisco. We're going to take a day off tomorrow to kind of recharge and enjoy this wonderful city, but then we'll be on to Yosemite.
San Francisco really is a fantastic city full of history, innovation, and a lot of hills.
We've been spending so much time just sitting on buses and trains, so it feels great to be moving, getting our feet going, even if it is on the hills of San Francisco. Who needs the cable car when you can walk uphill, right? Here at Greener Grass, we believe in bringing you all modes and manner of transportation, and this is the first time we've ever traveled in a driverless car. This is a Waymo, and boy, quite an adventure.
This is nerve-wracking.
That was so great.
Here we are.
We made it.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Back at it. Next up, the bus back to Emeryville. And that's because we've got a train to catch.
What a time in San Francisco. We walked everywhere, we ate everything, but in a few short hours we'll be in Yosemite. Okay, not that short, but sometime today we'll be in Yosemite. If we started driving to Yosemite right now, it would be 3 hours and 55 minutes. Instead, it's gonna take us, 7 a.m. to 3:30, 8.5 hours. As you do, that's normal.
Let's hop on board the fourth bus of this trip. Because Amtrak doesn't come across the bay, these connector buses are essential to link San Francisco and Emeryville.
That was the nicest bus of the trip, the first one that didn't feel like a middle school field trip anyway. Next up, 3 hours on the San Joaquins Train to Merced.
We'll leave Emeryville and travel 123 miles inland. The San Joaquins is a commuter train that's a partnership between Amtrak and the state of California to provide service between Oakland and Bakersfield. But lots of passengers, like us, use it as a means to access Yosemite. And here it is, the second train of our trip, arriving right on time. Hopefully, that's a good sign.
Welcome aboard your southbound San Joaquins Train 710.
There are no assigned seats on board, but thankfully, it's pretty empty today, so we have our pick.
Okay, this is officially the nicest Amtrak train I've ever been on.
There are multiple shelves of free snacks and drinks. There's a water bottle filler and plenty of space to stretch out and get some work done. But with views like these, it's hard to focus on work.
Well, we're stopped here for a little bit. Looks like there's a trespasser up ahead on the tracks, so the police are having to deal with him. And we've got about an hour and 20 minutes in Merced to catch our bus onto Yosemite, so we've got some leeway, but not a ton.
You see, the bus we're taking into Yosemite is not an Amtrak bus, which means it's not going to wait for our train. If we miss it, I'm not sure what we'll do.
On the move again.
That was about a 30-minute delay.
I am really actually hungry, and I don't think we have time for lunch. Not good.
I'll probably survive.
Sure, this is slower than driving, but comfy chair, nice views, Wi-Fi. I can see why this could definitely be driving. It's such a nice new train. I think these just came out like last year, so we're lucky to catch it. Can't resist free Doritos. And since our connection's gonna be tight here, we might not get a real lunch. I'm not gonna pass this up for sure. That's rule number 1 of travel. Never pass up free Doritos. Rule number 2, always use the bathroom before you get on a bus.
And we're off the train here in Merced about 30 minutes late. I love the San Joaquins. That was a fantastic train. Next up, 3 hours by bus to Yosemite.
But first, it was time for a makeshift lunch in front of the station while we waited for the bus. It'll be a scenic 78-mile journey to reach our final destination today.
The bus we're on next has perhaps the funniest name of any of the modes we're going to be taking in this trip. It's called YARTS, Yosemite Area Regional Transportation System. That counts for something, right?
Another really cool part of this is that if you arrive into Yosemite National Park on public transit, like YARTS, you don't have to pay for a pass.
That could save you $35 right there.
Shazam!
And let's hop on board our fifth and final bus of the trip.
We're on our way now on YARTS. There was a little bit of a delay on the way out. The ticketing system was being finicky, but we're on our way now. About 3 hours on board this bus into Yosemite.
The scenery on this ride was really impressive, but wasn't quite enough to keep Suzanne's eyes open. We made a few stops along the way where some passengers would get on and others would get off. The bus had a bathroom, which was nice enough.
Welcome to Yosemite.
Yosemite National Park is an area of almost 1,200 square miles in California. It's probably most famous for its tremendous granite cliffs, which are loved by climbers. But there are plenty of amazing hiking trails too, and we plan to explore several.
We're close enough now, I can hydrate with confidence.
YARTS makes several stops within the park, which meant we enjoyed what amounted to a nice tour. And thankfully, these gray skies are going to clear soon. We reached our stop, literally steps away from our hotel. But before we explore the park, let's show you around our room.
Welcome to our room here in the Yosemite Valley Lodge. We chose to stay right here in the heart of the park. The best part of this place has to be the location. You may notice there are 2 beds. That was a surprise to me too. Suzanne, why do we have 2 beds?
I don't remember. I booked this a long time ago. You really had to book this early. We booked this lodge all the way back in January for our stay here in late August. Lodging within the valley, you gotta book way early. The availability of this lodge set the schedule for our entire trip.
The thing I'm most excited about has to be out here. It's got a great view, and let me tell you, the air is crisp, it is perfect, the weather is ideal. It's too bad this is not smell-o-vision, because the wet pine smell here in Yosemite is strong and just delicious. And now it's time for my magic trick. What's behind curtain number 1? Fans and a luggage rack. Now, what's behind curtain number 2? A coffee maker! Da-da-da!
Now, we didn't want to spend too much more time in our room, so we stepped outside and were immediately greeted by unbelievable beauty.
We're about 2 hours in. It's magic.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Yellowstone, which we visited in the last episode, was spectacular, but it felt very close up. Like it was all about seeing the sights really close. This is about the spectacle and grandeur of this massive landscape. This is amazing.
We only just got here. We're only getting started. You just had a migraine.
Look at this. Yes, I actually am recovering from a pretty brutal migraine. So,
The show must go on.
And we lucked out because ordinarily in late August when we're traveling, this waterfall would not be running. But thanks to some freak storms, it was flowing. We enjoyed dinner in the hotel's fine dining restaurant, the Mountain Room. The food here is upscale, sophisticated, delicious, even if Suzanne's chicken didn't quite match the menu's description. After a great meal and a really solid night of sleep, we're ready to head out.
About to start our day of explorations in Yosemite. No real firm plans. We're going to find ourselves some hiking trails and see how the day goes.
this seems like it's a really approachable park, easy to get around, plenty of options, so a good place to have kind of no plan, I think.
Let's get going.
One of the main reasons for that is a convenient shuttle system that operates throughout the valley floor, allowing relatively quick and easy access to most trailheads. Not to mention impressive views along the way, too. As you'd expect, the signage is great, and we had a really clear idea of what to expect before starting each hike. Many of the trails are actually paved sidewalks, making them more accessible.
Even if heading out for a hike in a national park is not an option for you, maybe you don't live near one or just hiking isn't your thing, I hope you'll get outside, check out some nearby park, and just enjoy the fresh air. There's nothing better than getting outside, moving around, and experiencing nature. Our national parks are treasures not only just for us here in the United States. I'm hearing so many different languages from all over the world spoken on these trails. This is a special treasure to highlight our country globally, too.
There are amazing views around every corner. You never know what you might see. We stopped for lunch at the historic Ahwahnee Hotel. This lodge was completed in 1927, and the highlight has to be the dining room, especially the ceiling. We both chose to have hamburgers before continuing to hike.
It's like some kind of enchanted forest. This has been an epic time here in Yosemite, but there's more to go. The journey continues between now and the next time.
See you on the rails.
Next time on the Great American Rail Trip, we'll encounter even more holdups and hiccups as we try to reach the Grand Canyon. Will we make it? Well, don't miss the next episode to find out.